वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं, यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणम्। परमानंद माधवम श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम। हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय,
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 ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं, देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया, भगवतेरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 25th chapter, text number 11. 3.25.11. Tam tvāgataham sharanam sharanyam,
tam tvāgataham sharanam sharanyam,
svabhritta samsārataro kutharam,
svabhritta samsārataro kutharam,
jigyāsayaham prakrite purushasya,
जिज्ञासयाहं प्रकृते पुरुषस्य
namami saddharmavidam varishtham.
नमामि सद्धर्मविदां वरिष्ठम्।
What word meaning? Tam,
Tam,
that person.
that person.
Tva,
Tva,
unto you.
unto you.
Gata,
Gata,
have gone.
have gone.
Aham,
Aham,
I.
I.
Sharanam,
Sharanam,
shelter.
shelter.
Sharanyam,
Saranyam,
worth taking shelter of.
worth taking shelter of.
Swabhritya,
Svabhritya,
for your dependence.
for your dependence.
Samsara,
Samsara,
of material existence.
material existence.
Taro,
Taro,
of the tree.
of the tree.
Kutharam,
Kutharam,
the axe.
the axe.
Jigyasaya,
Jigyasaya,
with the desire to know.
the desire to know.
Aham,
Aham,
I. Prakrite,
Prakrite,
of matter.
of matter.
Woman.
Woman.
Purushasya,
Purushasya,
of the spirit.
of spirit.
Man.
Man.
Namami,
Namami,
I.
I.
Of our obeisances.
Of our obeisances.
Sadharma,
Sadharma,
of the eternal occupation.
eternal occupation.
Vidam,
Vedam,
of the knowers.
knowers.
Varishtham,
Varishtam,
unto the greatest.
unto the greatest.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Translation. Dehuti continued, I have taken shelter of your lotus feet because you are the only person of whom to take shelter. You are the axe which can cut the tree of material existence. I therefore offer my obeisances unto you, who are the greatest of all transcendentalists, and I inquire from you as to the relationship between man and woman and between spirit and matter. So we have been discussing these wonderful prayers of Mother Dehuti to Lord Kapila. And last two classes we have been also talking about this concept of aham mameti, which makes the living entity completely absorbed and entangled in this material world, only thinking about I and mine. only thing I and mine. And this I and mine concept is what is the strong foundation of staying in this material world. Right? And different forms of false ego, basically. In simple words, we have been discussing about this false ego. And also we were discussing about how we need to sincerely surrender. So here, we'll see in this purport, Srila Prabhupada's talking something very, very important. So the whole issue is that we have been, first of all, we need to understand our pitiable situation, that how we are caught here by our own false ego, and Maya is trapping us, and Maya is kicking us. Yesterday we were also having a nice discussion of Avramatmika Shakti and Prakshepatmika Shakti, you know. So Maya Devi is like capturing very badly. And now the whole question is that how do I come out of it? It's a very clear-cut question asked by Mother Dehuti. What should I do that, you know, this whole thing can be done? And actually not only she is asking, she is actually giving a solution also. What she is telling, now I take shelter of you, and you are the person who is like an axe who can cut this entire material existence. So the solution is also given in the question itself by Mother Devati, that is to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We'll try to understand this topic today more deeply. And Srila Prabhupada's purports are so wonderful that you don't have to read the entire Kapila section. If you read the purports in the questions only, you'll get answer to all the questions. Prabhupada is so compassionate, knowing very well that the Kali Yuga Jivas are so impatient that they may just read little bit and then they may go away. So Prabhupada, that's why I never leave the points in the question only. Whenever questions are asked, Prabhupada immediately answer the question in the purport also. So that in case we just read the question and go away, at least while reading purport we'll get the answer and we'll practice properly. Purport. Sankhya philosophy, as is well known, deals with Prakriti and Purusha. What is the meaning of Sankhya philosophy? Okay. Counting. Sankhya. Sankhya also comes from the word Sankhya. Okay. So in that way you can say analytical study of matter. And what is the purpose of that analytical study of matter? To discriminate between spirit and matter. Clear? The whole purpose of Sankhya philosophy is to understand that this is matter and this is not matter. This is spirit. Okay? Clear? This is done, that is called Sankhya philosophy, or that is also called as Jnana. So that's why it says it deals with Prakriti and Purusha. So this is Prakriti, this is enjoyer, and this is enjoyed. Now what is Prakriti, Purusha, we understand. So what is matter? What is matter? Simple words. How many elements? Let's count fatafat.
5 Jnanendriya, 5 Karmendriya.
Okay, let's count. Okay. So it's total 24 elements for you, just so that remember the figure. Now let us see that how 24 figure comes. 5 Jnanendriya, 5 Karmendriya, 10 हो गया. 5 sense objects and 5 material elements. Panch Mahabhut, earth, water, so 20 हो गया. Simple हो गया. 3 subtle elements, and that is Man, Buddhi, Ahankar. Okay. What is the last one? It is called as Chitta. Also, it is also called as Mahat Tattva, contaminated intelligence. That's why we have explained this in the past, that subtle body is made up of 4 elements. So it's called as Chitta. Also, it is called as Mahat Tattva. Both are same thing, no difference. Okay, Mahat Tattva. So these are 24 material elements. 25th is soul, 26th is super soul. So soul is spirit and super soul is the supreme spirit. Okay. So this, to analyze these things and to make a clear discrimination, is called the Sankhya philosophy. But this is not the only purpose of Sankhya philosophy, as Prabhupada explains in his purport. The purpose of Sankhya philosophy is to understand that, okay, this is matter, this is spirit. So now what? This is not the end. You understand? No, just to understand everything. So what is to be done? So what is to be done? That the spirit soul should not engage in material activities, because the spirit soul's nature is not material. Spirit soul should serve the Supreme Lord. Right? That is the whole purpose of understanding this. Right? That's why Prabhupada will explain that the purpose of Sankhya philosophy is pure devotional service. And that's what actually Kapil Dev has come to give. Pure devotional service. That's all. That you, spirit soul, do not go to Krishna praying to Krishna for material benediction. That's not what you are supposed to do. You should, because matter is not the goal. Some people think that spiritual life is a way to enjoy matter. No, matter is not the goal. You should go to Krishna and you can utilize matter for service of Krishna. Ulta. So that is called pure devotion service, and that's the purpose of Sankhya philosophy. That you understand that you are not matter. So hence you will not think about material enjoyment when you go to Krishna. Rather you want to now engage in loving service to Krishna. Yeah? So hence Sankhya philosophy's primary thing which Sankhya philosophy does, which the whole Lord Kapila section does, is detachment from matter. Okay, right. So more you study this analytically concept, you start understanding that this material world is not the place for my living and my happiness or my shelter. This is not my shelter. And we are taking shelter of this matter. So Sankhya philosophy helps us to become detached from this illusory shelter of material world, detached from Maya. And how to become detached from Maya? For that, Lord Kapila has explained that we have to become attached to. Anyone knows what Kapila says? Lord Kapila is not saying become attached to Krishna. He is giving much more deeper solution than that. Huh? Yes. Attached to devotees. That's what Lord Kapila gives the solution. His solution is that become attached to devotees. Sa eva sadhu shukrito moksha dwaram. So one should become attached to sadhus. That is Lord Kapila's solution. Okay. That way you can become detached from matter. Okay, we'll now continue the purport. Purusha is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or anyone who imitates the Supreme Personality of Godhead as an enjoyer. And Prakriti means nature. So in this material world, material nature is being exploited by the Purushas or the living entity. So living entity is also sometimes called as Purusha in respect to material world, because living entities are superior energy. But let's read further. The intricacies in the material world of the relationship of the Prakriti and Purusha, or the enjoyed and the enjoyer, is called samsara, or material entanglement. So when the living entity tries to become Purusha, which is not his constitutional position, and tries to enjoy in this material world, it's called as means material entanglement. More a living entity tries to enjoy this material world, more he becomes entangled here. It's not that he is going to be happy here, because this is not his original constitutional position. Dehuti wanted to cut the tree of material entanglement, and she found a suitable weapon in Kapil Muni. The tree of material existence is explained in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita as an Ashwatha tree, whose root is upwards and whose branches are downwards. You know this verse? Udha Mula Adaha Shaka. So this is the Ashwatha tree. It is recommended there that one has to cut the root of the material existential tree with an axe of detachment. What is that? Atsat Sangena Trinam Chitva. Like that he says. So one has to cut the tree by detachment. What is attachment? Attachment involves Prakriti and Purusha. The living entities are trying to lord it over material nature. Sense conditioned souls take material nature to be the object of his enjoyment, and he takes position of enjoyer. He is therefore called Purusha. Okay, so our attachment today morning, Japa talk time also, we were discussing on this point that our originally we are supposed to become attached to Krishna, but when we become entangled in material activities, we become attached. See how the attachment happens. How one becomes attached. Can someone say? How
5 steps.
X becomes attached to Y. In general, this is general philosophy.
Here.
Yes.
Here.
X and Y are persons.
Huh?
X and Y are persons.
No, not. X is surely a person. And Y may be matter also, just like we may become attached to money, we may become attached to, and so how this X becomes attached to, anything. Y is in material world. Y is only Maya, illusion, illusion. So many illusory understandings. Okay, Y को भी as of now person की तरह देखते हैं. Let us take it as take Y also as person. Okay. Yes. So एक आंसर already मिला. क्या बोला आपने? Hearing. X hears about Y. Even this is also true for money also. Suppose X keep hearing about Y is equal to money. In that case also this works. Right? So this is important. We are generalizing. After that we will come to more specific. Yes.
Bro, when X relates himself with Y, like it's mine, mera.
X identifies with Y. And that identification comes by hearing. So hence I think this point I will not keep separate. Because more you hear, hearing increases your identification, right? You keep hearing and keep contemplating on that, and then you start more identifying. Your false ego becomes more and more attached. Okay. What is I'm looking for one very important answer. Let us see. Who can tell that how the actually X becomes attached to Y?
So actually, there should be someone who is currently hearing, matlab, a person who is attached to Y. So then with him he is telling everything, and then I'm getting desire.
Hearing only, no?
Means I'm with a person who is attached to Y.
So with that person, okay.
Indirectly on
Associating again comes associating
X relates with Y.
Z.
Who is with X?
Who is attached to Y?
Bro, बहुत variables are there.
But I'm again keeping this here because in that association one hears, and by hearing one identifies. So
One keeps thinking about one.
ये hearing के ऊपर आएगा.
after hearing, contemplates and keep thinking, and by that what happens? One starts identifying. This identification is actually material attachment. Okay.
And
Serving.
serving.
So this is a very important topic. That is service. Huh? What?
I start not serving. I use it for my sensitivity.
Yeah.
Because activity will also
Actually,
need
that
activity will also need to attachment. And constantly enjoying it.
investing energy.
Basically, I'm enjoying because I'm getting something. I'm very good.
And then you don't become attached. If you exploit, you don't become attached to that thing. You are only becoming attached to your own senses, right? When you exploit, you become attached by service actually. So I'll give example. For example, now let's say X is son and Y is mother. No, sorry, X is mother and Y is son. So mother becomes very easily attached to son because of obviously, more important than hearing is because of service, right? Okay. Because she does so much sacrifice, so much service that she becomes very intensely attached. Whereas son, you find, then there is not so much attached to mother, because all son is getting is he is getting lot of service from the mother. So he feels like okay, she is very important person because I get everything from her, but he don't feel that type of attachment. Mother feels more attachment because service. Okay. So very important thing is that means where service also means someone spoke from somewhere. Investing energy. Who spoke this? Milad. We invest our energy. We invest our consciousness. You know, we start doing this when we serve. Okay. Right. So this is what it does. Okay, any other point?
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. This is also again here only. Okay. Sacrifice. When we sacrifice for someone, then we become attached. Right? We become attached to that person or that, you know. Yeah. Suppose you have someone who sacrifice a lot for UPSC. UPSC निकालना UPSC निकालना तो इतने साल sacrifice करके उसको फिर उसका होता नहीं 3 साल कर लिया उसने होता नहीं तो but still he wants to keep giving, you know. You have seen people give for 10 years, you know. बूढ़ा हो गया बेचारा बाल पक गए लेकिन still he is giving. He doesn't because he's done so much for it. बचपन से इतना सोच के कर रहा है कि उसको लगता है कि अभी मैं कैसे गिव अप कर सकता हूँ. Too attached, so much sacrifice. You don't do sacrifice for it, then you don't become attached. Right? Similarly, mother has sacrificed for the son, so you become attached. Yes. Okay. So this is a very important point. So hence we can see that these two things both are very important. So these two things, that more we keep associating with people who are attached to material nature. Now let's say y ko do for our practical application, one is y is equal to illusion and another is y is equal to Krishna and x is me, myself. Okay, so how I become attached to illusion? That's the one equation we'll try to see and we can try to understand, and how we can become attached to Krishna. Right? So we become attached to illusion by associating with those who are very attached to illusion. So that is Atsatsang. And in that Atsatsang, what we do? We hear about illusion. People keep talking about illusion, so much illusion they're talking, and then when we keep hearing, we contemplate about illusion, we keep thinking about illusion, and we start identifying with the illusion. We start thinking, this is what I am, this is what I will make me happy, and in that way we become very attached to this idea. And then after hearing sufficiently and becoming this thing, then we start doing service to that illusion. We start thinking, now let me sacrifice my energy for this particular illusion. And more you do that, I would say this is how you become attached, and this is how you intensify your attachment. Okay? Right. So then you start intensifying your attachment by rendering more and more service. More service you do, more you sacrifice there, more you become attached. Right? Clear? Now let's put Krishna in the equation. So in the similar way, by associating with those who are attached to Krishna, right? So there are people who are attached to Krishna. Satsang, sadhu-sang. So by doing that, you become, in that satsang, what you do? You hear about Krishna. And when you keep hearing about Krishna, you keep contemplating, you keep thinking about Krishna, then you start identifying. By that, your false ego starts changing and you just start thinking that, okay, I am servant of Krishna. I am part of Krishna. What I am doing in this material world, where I have got stuck. And once you understand, you have identified. So by this you become attached now. But then after that, that attachment is still, because there is double attachment, no? We have also heard about illusion. We have a lot of attachment for illusion, and then we are now becoming little bit identifying with Krishna. So we need to intensify that attachment. How do we do that? By service. So we need to understand, by service and investing our energy and consciousness more and more in serving Krishna and praising Krishna. Right? More you serve Krishna, more you become attached. So this is very important point, that if we want to become attached, there is no other way than to serve. Okay, service is very important. So now coming back here. living entities are trying to lord it over material nature. Since the conditioned soul takes material nature to be the object of his enjoyment and he takes position of the enjoyer, he is therefore called Purusha. Okay. Dehuti questioned Kapil Muni, for she knew that only he could cut her attachment to this material world. The living entities in the guise of men and women are trying to enjoy the material energy. Therefore, in one sense, everyone is Purusha because Purusha means enjoyer and Prakriti means enjoyed. In this material world, both so-called men and so-called women are imitating the real Purusha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is actually the enjoyer in the transcendental sense, whereas all others are Prakriti. This point is clear? So who is Prakriti? Women or men?
Both are. It's,
No. Women is Prakriti and men is Purusha, right?
no,
Yes or no? No.
both are Prakriti.
No is the right answer. It's not like that. Both are
Prakriti.
Prakriti and both are
Trying to be
trying to be Purusha. Okay, right. So both have same issues. There's nothing like this is Prakriti, this is Purusha. Both have an issue. You know. In Bhagavad Gita, matter is analyzed as apara or inferior nature. Whereas beyond this inferior nature, there is another superior nature of the living entities. The living entities are also Prakriti or enjoyed. A very important statement, please hear this. Living entity are also Prakriti or enjoyed. But under the spell of Maya, the living entities are falsely trying to take position of enjoyers. That is the cause of samsara bandha or conditioned life. So root cause, see anytime, now this is an important point. So this has happened because of our association. Karana guna sangasya shadasi asad janma yonishu. So because of association with the people and modes which are bringing us to illusion, now we have started thinking, what we start thinking that we are, I am enjoyer. This is called as attachment to illusion. Okay. Attachment to illusion means to say that I am an enjoyer. You know? So y is equal to illusion in current. So when y is equal to illusion, the conception which becomes very prominent in us is that I am enjoyer. You know, I am bhokta. And we have to understand this is what creates all problems in our life, even after coming to Krishna consciousness. Okay. Even when we have come here, till the time we think that I am enjoyer, I am controller, मैं अपने हिसाब से चीज़ों को करूँगा, right? I will do what I want to do. I will do things which gives me happiness. कितने लोग ऐसे सोचते हैं कि मेरे को क्या खुशी मिलती है, मैं उस हिसाब से चीज़ों को करूँगा, right? ये मुझे अच्छा लगता है, मैं ये करूँगा. ये मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता, मैं नहीं करूँगा. So till the time this tendency is there, till the time we are, what we are doing?
Illusion.
We are becoming attached to illusion. And if we act on this conception, I am enjoyer, whom we are serving in that sense. Now I'm saying that if we act on this, we intensify. Whom we are serving? We actually are serving illusion in the sense that we are serving more clear. Yeah. Senses. Very good. What else? Mind and ego. Yes, perfect. So this is what we are thinking. We are ego. I am ego and mind and senses, and I have to serve them. I have to satisfy them. So our sense gratification, or gross or subtle, sense gratification, gross or subtle, becomes our service to illusion. And this, what it does, it intensifies our attachment to matter. And it makes me keep thinking that I am the enjoyer, I have to do this. So in that way, more this is what is happening, more we have to understand we are getting entangled. So this intensifies. And hence we have to be careful. Now we are in a process where we want to give up attachment to matter, right? The whole purpose of Krishna consciousness movement is that you want to give up this attachment which is causing you to bondage in this material world, which is causing so much suffering. Attachment leads to suffering. Another thing, today morning we were discussing, attachment is a material attachment is a, or today morning we gave an analogy. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur.
Anchor.
Anchor. I don't know, it's not a good diagram. But anyway, it's the anchor. Right, attachment is an anchor. Right. So material attachment is an anchor. So which don't let us, let us go ahead. And also it is which offense? Tenth offense also, right? To maintain material attachment even after. So this is all what is not letting us advance properly in Krishna consciousness. We need to understand. Even after hearing so many instructions on this matter, we are not wanting to give up this material attachment. We think, no. Why we don't want to give up? The reason is because we have not developed faith in the shelter in Krishna. That उधर पे मेरे को shelter मिलने वाला है. We still think नहीं, इधर ही shelter है, इसको छोड़ दिया तो फिर कहाँ जाऊँगा मैं? So in that way we are very and see, at least intellectually, if we are convinced of the philosophy, then at least we should understand. I should not at least intensify this. Right? Okay, I am currently stuck here, but at least I should not work to intensify. Okay, I may be here, but why should I serve illusion, my senses and mind? And hence, we need to come out of this illusion. Now, how to do that? Let's read this purport. Complete this purport. Devati wanted to get out of conditional life and place herself in full surrender. Oh, this is the answer. She wanted to come out. See, we are also like that, no? Put here, we are put in this, but now we should at least want to come out. How many of you think that, at least I want to come out now? इतना तो समझ में आ गया यहाँ as a illusion में अटके नहीं रहना है मेरे को. So then what is further Prabhupada saying? Devati wanted to come out and place herself in full surrender. The Lord is Sharanya, which means the only worthy personality to whom one can fully surrender. Because he is full of all opulences. Actually, Lord is the person we should take shelter. Right? We have currently taken shelter of matter. We think इसको हम छोड़ना नहीं चाहते. ये जो एंकर है ना, पकड़ के हम लोग रखे हैं. नहीं इसको नहीं छोड़ेंगे. रोज इसको पकड़े भक्ति कर सकते हैं क्या? तो मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में अपना अटैचमेंट बनाए हुए भक्ति करेंगे, चलेगा क्या? वो किसके समान है? हाँ, रोइंग द बोट. हाँ, चलेगा, क्यों नहीं चलेगा? करते रहो. लेकिन आप ये एक्सपेक्ट मत करना कि आप आगे बढ़ने वाले हो. आप उधर ही खड़े रहोगे ना. कितने समय ब्रोजी? जब कितने समय? 1 लाइफ, 2 लाइफ, 10 लाइफ, कितने समय ब्रोजी? हाउ मेनी लाइफ टाइम्स? सिंपल. इट्स नॉट अबाउट लाइफ टाइम्स. भक्ति में कितना समय लगेगा ब्रोजी एडवांसमेंट होने में? इट्स नॉट अबाउट टाइम. इट्स अबाउट when you will take out this anchor, you tell me. Who will take out? You have to take out. So you have to take out this anchor. You have to tell that, I want at least. At least we should begin by saying, I want to take out this anchor. So now Prabhupada is giving a solution here. What is that? The Lord is Sharanya, which means the only worthy person to whom one can fully surrender. So one need to understand that why I should take out. First of all, we are not convinced only. That's the biggest issue. We are not convinced that we should take out this anchor. We are feeling that sometimes we go and some और हथौड़े से ठोक के अंदर घुसा देते हैं. और स्ट्रॉन्ग तुझे मेरा स्ट्रॉन्ग थोड़ा सा इधर पे शेल्टर हो जाए, फिर मैं भक्ति अच्छे से कर पाऊंगा. सोच रहे हैं इधर पे थोड़ा अच्छे से कील वील और ठोक देते हैं, तो शायद सीमेंट पे लगा सकते. कहीं गलती से अभी भक्ति में आगे बढ़े तो निकल गए इधर से. मतलब बेसिकली वी डोंट वांट टू गो अहेड. The big issue. So very important and that's why what is the first step? Step is that Prabhupada is saying here. Step is that the Lord is Sharanya. We need to understand that the only worthy person to whom one can fully surrender. That means my anchor should be put here in Krishna's lotus feet. That is where I have to put hammer and cement at lotus feet of Krishna. If I can do this, then I can. Rather, the ulta is true. What should be done? Currently, the conditioned soul is putting this, and he's trying to advance in bhakti. What actually ideal devotee ka situation dikhata hu. Right? What he is doing, he is also an anchor, but there he has put this anchor, Krishna's feet. He put this anchor, and now he has a boat. He is fixed there. Now he has a boat In the material existence, he can keep moving peacefully, and keep helping other devotees, other living entities. So his anchor is here. उधर fix करके वो घूमता है material world में, right? And in that way he keeps delivering others. चलो तुम भी ये anchor ले लो, तुम भी इधर fix up हो जाओ. So like that. So this is devotee situation, and this is our situation, that our anchor is here. So at least now you should understand this is what we should be trying to do. We should trying to put our anchor here, right? And once we are able to put that, we are able to understand. Okay, stability यहाँ पर है. ये eternal stability है. ये stability बहुत temporary है. Then we will be able to happily removing this anchor. You understand? Then we don't, because we want to be stable. We don't want to be in air. Right? No one wants to be in air. We want stability. So once you are clear that stability है यहाँ पर, then you can easily remove this one. Okay, coming back. Prabhupada says that further. If anyone actually wants relief, the best course is to surrender unto Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord is also described here as Sad Dharma Vidam Varishtham. This indicates that of all transcendental occupation, the best occupation is eternal service, eternal loving service unto Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dharma is sometimes translated as religion, but that is not exactly the meaning. Dharma means that which one cannot give up, that which is inseparable from oneself. The warmth of fire is inseparable from fire, therefore warmth is called dharma, or nature of fire. Similarly, Sad Dharma means eternal occupation. That eternal occupation is engagement in transcendental loving service of the Lord. The purpose of Kapil Dev's Sankhya philosophy is to propagate pure, uncontaminated devotional service, and therefore he is addressed here as the most important personality among those who know the transcendental occupation of the living entity. So the only right occupation of the living entity is what? Now we have to change this Y from individual to Krishna and start serving Krishna. Unmotivated, uninterrupted service. This is our occupational position, and slowly this will intensify. So we need to hear. Step one, we need to hear about Krishna, associate with devotees, who are attached to Krishna, contemplate on Krishna, and that we start identifying ourselves properly with Krishna. And then second thing, we need to intensify by doing service. Now, what is the meaning of doing service? I'll just say one thing. Doing service means to
Please Krishna.
to serve means to please. To do service means we need to please. That means when we take a service, one very important thing, which Srila Prabhupada once explained is that, service means to take responsibility. Okay, to take responsibility. This is what pleases. Right? Just like Srila Bhakti Thakur gave service to Srila Prabhupada. What is that?
Print books.
Okay, print books and preach in the Western countries. So Prabhupada heard that, and Prabhupada took responsibility. And responsibility means there is sacrifice. There will be, because sometimes things will be nice, sometimes things will be difficult. Sometimes situations will be favorable, sometimes unfavorable. Taking responsibility means one is fully committed. मेरे को करना है, right? And जो भी हो जाए, it is my responsibility. Once I have taken a service, it becomes my responsibility to do it. It's not. And when we are attached like this, right? I have taken a service and I am responsible. Once we are attached like this, then we are actually working on increasing our attachment to Krishna. And if we are not, if we are dhila, we are taken service, but we are not taking responsibility. We take service. We have said that, okay, I'll do the service, but then we are not putting our heart, not investing our consciousness, energy in doing the service, then we are
Not pleasing.
then obviously we are not pleasing, not taking responsibility, we are not intensifying our attachment. Simple. We are not working in this direction. We will be, and is it possible for a devotee that he has taken a service but still he is focusing on serving illusion, senses, mind, ego, and is thinking that how I can be comfortable? Yesterday I read one quote, that Krishna consciousness is not, cannot be, one cannot advance in Krishna consciousness in comfort zone or easygoing life. If someone wants a very easygoing, peaceful life is not possible in material world also, and neither it's possible in spiritual. So easygoing life is an impossibility. That's why easygoing life is only possible for someone who takes intoxication and thinks that illusion basically. He has to be in illusion, thinking that now my life is easy. But that intoxication is going to cause so much more trouble. So there's nothing like easygoing life. There can be only either ecstatic life or miserable life, that's all. Because living entity is ecstatic, living entity is active. So Krishna consciousness is a ecstatic life. It's not easygoing life. So someone who puts his energy in Krishna, Krishna gives him so much happiness and ecstasy. And someone wants to be lazy, then he will be caught by Maya very easily. Okay, so yes, you have a question? You're raising hand.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh.
You told that where if I should encourage that if I am doing it for my happiness, but not initially right now. Also, I think that if I serve Krishna, I will be happy and get happiness. So is this thing possible?
This thing is right based on what you are identifying yourself with, because this can be based on true ego, this can be based on false ego. It depends. So if you are talking of that I am the spirit soul, and as a spirit soul I will be happy by serving Krishna, that's perfect. That's the right philosophy. And identifying with the true ego is the right thing to do. That's the right philosophy. But if you are saying I will be happy means I means my body, then it's called as false ego. Then our understanding is not very good, but still it is good that at least you are serving Krishna.
Till now I am not able in soul level, so happiness means
Yes,
for
so-
me it's body level.
So that is also at least better. I think yesterday we were discussing and we quoted this verse also, that if you go to Krishna even for material happiness, Krishna is not going to, क्या कहते हैं, neither he is not going to give you, he will give you. Okay, he is going to give you the material happiness. Plus, he is not going to just leave you with that, right? He will give you taste and bhakti, and in that way he will elevate you. So that's why, because you have come to Krishna, even for your material happiness, that is also good. Right? That is not bad. But if you identify with yourself as spirit soul, then this is not just not good or not bad. It is something which is perfectly good. It is what we will become happy if we serve Krishna, because we are part of Krishna. Watering the root, you will be nourished. You means as spirit soul. That's the whole point. Not that if I serve Krishna, all my material life should be settled. Maybe, may not be. What is best for you, Krishna will do that. Not necessary. Not necessary. Krishna may not settle your material life so fast because he wants to extract surrender from your heart. He wants to. There's so many reasons he may do things. Okay. So, call for action is learn to take responsibility for whatever service we have in our life, because when we take that responsibility, we strongly start identifying with the truth, with Krishna, with Krishna's devotees, Krishna's service, and then we are able to please, and by that pleasing devotees and pleasing Krishna, actually we get deeper realization of these things. Okay? Because it is only by pleasing devotees and blessing of devotees that we have any advancement. And that's why we should also understand that if any time any service is given to us, anytime any service is given to us, कोई जैसे कौन है हमारा ये Saurabh Prabhu and Shubham Prabhu, suppose Saurabh Prabhu, Shubham Prabhu, they come and they tell, Ankit Prabhu, today you have
lunch floor cleaning.
lunch. Today you have lunch floor cleaning. So suppose Ankit Prabhu says that no Prabhu, I will not do. So then what Ankit Prabhu is doing? By saying no.
Displeasing Saurabh.
Okay, one thing is that he is displeasing internal manager, who is actually representative of Tulsi Mahani and spiritual master in the whole. You should know any authority in voice, even if he is your junior, he is a representative of Guru. Because the whole service is coming from in the line. So we should see every devotee, especially internal managers, are the people who gives the service. They are engaging as service of Krishna. So they are very respectable person. We should always offer obeisance, special additional obeisances to them, because they are giving us, they are engaging us in service to the Lord. That's how we'll become attached to Krishna. There is no other way. If they don't give us service, then what we'll do? We'll serve our mind and senses. Simple, nothing else. Right? Even if you say no proof, then what? I'll do my more sadhana. But sadhana is like doing reading, hearing is like eating prasada. So when you eat, what happens? You get nourished, right? No, you don't get nourished just by eating. You have to digest. So sadhana is like eating. साधना जरूरी है कि नहीं? Eating जरूरी है. Eating भी जरूरी है. साधना जरूरी है. But if you don't digest, then what you'll do with sadhana? What you'll do with your food if you don't digest? What? This food is going. What will happen to the food? Okay, lose motion होगा. सड़ जाएगा. ये सड़ता है और सड़ने से क्या होता है? वो टॉक्सिन्स में कन्वर्ट होता है. टॉक्सिन्स क्या करता है? बहुत सारी जितनी भी बॉडी में, ये आयुर्वेदा फिलोसफी इज दैट the only undigested food is the root cause of all different diseases, whether it's bone disease, whether it's head disease, whether it's sinus, whether it's cough, vata, all these three things are coming from undigested food. That means if you don't digest, that's why you'll find Ayurveda will always talk of liver, आपका liver में issue है, वो बस digestion पे focus करते रहते हैं आयुर्वेदा में. Because you know that if food is digested, then there won't be diseases. Simple, right? There can't be diseases. So digestion very important. How to digest?
Service.
So unless you digest, so this is like sadhana and seva. So which one is more important, sadhana or seva?
Both are important.
Both. Can you say anyone more important than the other? If you say, then you will be having problem. If you say that no, service is more important than sadhana, then what you will digest? If you say sadhana is more important than service, then you will get diseased. And so many diseases. One of the diseases last time we discussed. If someone does a lot of sadhana and no seva, what is the one disease we discussed?
Right.
PDS. Pure devotee syndrome. It's pure devotee syndrome when suffers. If he does too much sadhana and no seva, it will all be on his head. Nothing is getting digested. उसको कुछ फर्क नहीं, उसको भक्ति बढ़ नहीं रहा है, उसको कुछ भक्ति में एडवांसमेंट नहीं हो रहा, सिर्फ प्राइड बढ़ रहा है. Only pride that I am a great devotee, I am doing this much. It's very important that we should take up service. Never say no to service. Nadan Maharaj once said that anyone in this ashram, he said in ashram, anyone in this ashram, if he says no to service, that is his last day. He can go. He can go. He can leave this place. We should never say no. If at all we cannot do service, we should explain that this is the situation and this is the thing. Please tell me how should I act. So the devotee should say, okay, bro, don't do the service like that. We should not say no. Others, I am should say, ठीक है bro, आपका ये concern है तो आप मत करिए. Can you exchange with someone? I think I am says like that. आप exchange कर सकते हैं. And then a devotee should either try to exchange, or if he cannot exchange, he should say, Prabhu, this is my situation. Do you feel that I should still exchange this service? So the point is that one devotee should never say no. No word coming from the mouth means it's a big issue. You should not say no. You should always try to explain that how should I say yes? Who should I say, this is my situation, how can I do this service? Even despite this situation. This is the attitude, service attitude. And if devotees understand your situation, they themselves will tell you that no need to do service, leave it. Okay? Thank you very much. Sorry I extended a lot.
Sadhana is also subset of service. Sometimes sadhana also becomes subset of service.
Because sadhana has to be done in service attitude. But what is the meaning? Sadhana is subset of service? Because sadhana is an instruction of spiritual master. So that is one thing. Yeah, sadhana is also subset of service. There is no doubt about it. That is also devotion. That's what Prabhupada is saying, devotional service. And also not only that, sadhana should be done in the service attitude. That's why sadhana should be done that I am doing this sadhana because it is instruction of spiritual master. Right? Why I am doing this sadhana? When this is the attitude of doing sadhana, I am not doing sadhana to get some a heavy load on my head. I will become very knowledgeable person. If this is the attitude, then that sadhana is not sadhana also. It's becoming only a jnana. This is one way watering. I've seen one way water. What is that called as upshaka of jnana? There is two upshakas, bhakti, mukti. So the jnana upshaka actually becomes nourished, and that looks like bhakti. The weeds look like bhakti. So he may still think, see, I'm such advanced in bhakti. मेरा भक्ति इतना बढ़ गया है, पर बस सबको पता है ये भक्ति नहीं है प्रभु, ये उपशाखा है आपका. वो आपका भक्ति लता तो उधर बेचारा स्टार कर रहा है, और आपको उपशाखा इतना बड़ा हो गया है, उसको काटेंगे कैसे अभी आप? क्यों काटने का है? उसको नहीं काटेंगे, वो तो मैं, मेरा ग्रेटनेस है. तो वो लोग पीडीएस में से आ चुका है ये बेचारा. अभी उसको पकड़ के पिटाई करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, थैंक यू वेरी मच. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. भगवान की जय, सुब्रमण्य की जय, गौरंग भगवान की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, जय गौर प्रेमानंद.